Hey guys, it's Dude. Welcome back to Tsukihime. Got Misaki here. We're gonna continue the story. Alright, so last time we learned that there's another vampire in the city besides Nero Chaos, and he picked a fight with us. 8. Death. 8th day, October 28th, Thursday. White. The color white summons an old memory. Something forgotten. Something I was supposed to forget. Something my father commanded me to forget. A hot summer day. The blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The wafting breeze and the droning voice of the cicadas. The voice of cicadas. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp. Okay. So loud I want to die. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing. As if the sun is right by my side, the clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. As if the entire world became a frying pan. Wah, ooh, wah. Wah, ooh, wah. Wah, ooh, wah. Oh, that's Akia. Akia, who would always obediently stay close behind me, is brimming forth with tears. A child lies collapsed at her feet. Her white shirt is painted red with blood, and he doesn't move at all. I'm looking down at that. My hands are red, just like that child on the ground. No, that's not it. These hands are red with the blood of that child. Akiha! The adults are coming. After seeing this sight, their expressions change rapidly. What in the... The adults take Akiha away. The child lies there, dead. In the distant sky, the white clouds. I'm left alone, staring at the sky aimlessly. Did you kill him? The adults are yelling at me. They shout my name, the one who killed the child. Those 2 syllables, shouting as if it went crazy. Just those 2 syllables. Those adults call me Shiki as my hands are stained in red. I feel like I just saw an old familiar dream. I open my eyes. I'm in my room. After losing consciousness by the mansion wall, it seems like I somehow made it back here. My thoughts still aren't coming together. I remember the whirling events of last night. That man wrapped entirely in bandages, and how he could see lines just like me. After he was impaled by those swords, his body burst aflame, and with a voice that sounded like his dying curse, he ran off. After that, I can only remember things vaguely. The figure on top of the streetlight, that figure that saved me, that seemed to resemble Ciel Senpai. Yeah, right. That can't be true. I finally wake up. Putting on my glasses, I get up in bed. The clock says it's past 8. Normally I would have long since eaten breakfast by now, but today's a school holiday. Hisui isn't here? The figure of Hisui standing before the door like a shadow is nowhere to be seen. I'm sure she came here many times to wake me up, but I never did, so she probably went off to do other duties. I let out a deep breath. After I parted with Arkue last night, the events afterwards were beyond my comprehension. That bandaged man and that figure that helped me. They're just not things I can understand no matter how much I try. Whatever the case, I have to meet Arkue tonight. She has to be able to give me some answers. I talked to her about all these strange things, but for now, I have to just return to my normal life or I'll go crazy. Alright, first things first. Time for breakfast. People can't do anything on an empty stomach after all. Shaking the sleep from my body, I go to the sitting room. On the second floor, East Wing hallway, I see a dark uniform. It's probably Hisui. Seems like Hisui was leaving Akia's room. I guess we'll run into each other anyway, so it won't hurt to give a greeting. Hey, Hisui. I call out to her. Hisui realizes I am here and quietly walks over to me.
Morning, Shiki-sama.
Yeah, morning. Sorry for just waking up whenever I felt like it.
I apologize as well. I should have been there when you awoke. Please forgive me.
Hisui silently bows her head. Being apologized to like this after I left in the middle of the night and managing to get back to my room, I suddenly feel like the worst person in the world. There's no need to apologize. I didn't wake up at the usual time, so it's my fault. It's okay if you want to voice your complaints.
Complaints?
Yeah, my friend always says I'm always a lazy bum, and he always tells me an occasional whack to my back is good to set me straight. Hisui stands there thinking silently as she stares at me. It's like that for about a minute. She doesn't even blink, but just stares at me. Even forcing Hisui to do such an ordinary thing would be impossible. Don't worry about it, just forget it. More importantly, I'm kinda hungry. Is breakfast ready?
Net side. Your breakfast is ready in the dining room.
Oh, in that case, I'll go have some food. Sorry to bother you while you were working. After saying a quick goodbye, I head downstairs. After breakfast, I return to the sitting room and come face to face with Hisui. Ah, that was good. Thanks for making such a great breakfast every morning. I bring my hands together in thanks.
Preparing meals is Nesan's duty. If you wish to compliment the meal, please tell Nesan instead.
That's true, but your duties are really completely separate. Such as like today when only I slept in, I thought you might make it.
Shiki-sama? Are you saying the breakfast is not to your taste?
Yeah? Her words are so off topic, it's troubling. Does she think I was saying I wanted her to make breakfast because the breakfast tasted so bad? That's not it. Even cold, Kohaku-san's cooking is delicious, but I like it when it's warm, and it'd make me really happy if I got to taste your cooking, Hisui.
I cannot do that. Shiki-sama, I refuse to cook for you.
Her eyes suddenly take a challenging look. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. You do so much for me already. Still silent, she faces me as if she wants to say something. What could it be? Is it something that's difficult for her to say? What's wrong, Hisui? Did I do something bad without realizing it again? Hisui shakes her head no. She just stands there silently. Then I'll go back to my room. If you need me, please call for me. Or was that... Oh, no, that was her line. Later, I say as I start to walk out of the room. But before that, Hisui walks towards the lobby.
Shiki-sama. This may be impolite, but I wanted to fulfill your request to the best of my ability.
Huh? She looks directly at me.
This morning, I came to realize how powerless I am.
Eh?
7 times. Called out 7 times, but there was no response. Is this acceptable?
7 times? What do you mean? I'm totally lost as to what she wants to say. She turns around.
To say it candidly, I think you are very dense, Shiki-sama.
Sui disappears into the lobby with her footsteps trailing in the air. Huh? Left by myself, I blurt out stupidly. After thinking to myself for a while, I finally realized she was complaining to me. It's okay if you want to voice your complaints. I said that earlier. That was my request? Yeah, there's no mistake. Hisui was thinking about it the whole time. It was waiting for me in the sitting room just to tell me. Well, that is a complaint, but... She said it, but saying dense is a little too blunt, right? I don't really want to think it, but does Hisui really hate me? I go back to my room, but I don't really have anything to do there. Thinking about what I should do next, I decide to walk around the mansion. The mansion I haven't explored in 8 years. I arrive at the lobby. Come to think of it, I was always getting yelled at for playing in the mansion as a kid. I'm no kid anymore to play in the mansion, and my old man is also gone. I used to get so excited just walking the hallways when I was a kid, but now I don't feel anything at all. For some reason, I aimlessly wander around the mansion to confirm my childhood memories. The hallway stretches quite a long distance. When I was a child, I believed this hallway would go on forever. The mansion seemed as large as a castle, and every day I would walk a bit around the mansion and carve my name on the wall, the pillars, or the floor. It was sort of a game I would play with Akiha to see who could take over the mansion. Saying that wherever I put my name became my territory. It really was just two of us walking around the mansion and carving our names here and there. Oh, here. Still here. On the handrail by the stairs is carved the name Shiki. It was probably because of these games that my old man forbade us from playing inside the mansion. Anyway, if I look closely, I can see both my name and Akiha's all over the place. The spacious mansion. Well, I used to think it was like a giant castle. Now it almost seems like an abandoned haunted house. Because I've grown up since then. Akiha and I were not the Tono Akiha and Tono Shiki that we were then. I go outside. Come to think of it, most of the time we spent playing was in the garden. Since Akiha was obedient to that old man, unlike me, she could only play outside for about 30 minutes a day. And still, she usually just stayed behind us, watching and listening. But she would energetically run out with us and compete with us in whatever games we would play. Perhaps her personality stems from those times. She might have suppressed herself in front of that old man. But still, Akiha has changed too much since then. Maybe these 8 years were a longer time than I thought. I go to the courtyard. Outside, the walls are also inscribed with names. Shiki, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, 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 Shiki. The ratios are like that, and the name Shiki appeared far more times. I suppose Akiha was just a girl, so she couldn't keep up with a boy. Jeez, it would have been better if I held back a bit. Cursing myself from that time doesn't change the number of my scribbles. If this was the case, it probably made Akiha pretty angry, considering how much she hates losing. I see. Maybe she's taking it out on me now. I'm sure she's not the kind to do that, but if she did, that's a little cute. I'm an older brother, stupid for his little sister. Yeah, I really am. Well then. With a nostalgic, peaceful feeling, I stroll through the courtyard. Hisui? As I come to the rear courtyard, I see Hisui's figure from behind. Hisui doesn't realize I'm here. This sounds like a choice, so I'm gonna put a save here. This is the last save slot. I'm gonna have to loop back around now. What is she doing going into the woods like that? A bit curious, I follow her from a slight distance, and when Hisui headed, where Hisui headed to, there seemed to be a small clearing. Huh? Is it clearing it in that place? Tilting my head to the side, I try to remember, but for some reason my memory is a bit vague. In the forest of the mansion, I can see a clearing as if the trees were cut there. No, can see is not quite right. If you walk by normally, you probably would never notice it. If Hisui didn't walk there, hidden enough by the surrounding trees as it is, I would never have noticed it even if I lived here all my life. Was that always there? If it was, we probably played there as kids. To say the least, I don't remember ever playing with Akiha in the clearing. I feel like I've never been there before. After thinking for a bit, I decided to go into the clearing. Clearing doesn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. I don't see any sign of Hisui. What's this? It's just an empty place. I walk to the middle. It really is just an empty space. The perfectly level open ground. The deep woods enclosing the area. The voice of the cicadas. And the strong summer sunshine that feels like it could dissolve. Eh? Summer? Sunshine? Ouch. The wound on my chest starts to hurt. It's like stabbing, this pain that feels like a kitchen knife stabbing my chest. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. What is this? From somewhere I can hear the voice of cicadas. But it's autumn now. The summer sunshine bathes everything in white. Columns of summer clouds in the far sky. I can practically see the voices. At my feet, discarded shells of cicadas. Discarded shell. Someone's discarded shell. My wound opens. My chest becomes painted a dark crimson. Black vermilion soaks both my hands. Someone's crouched silhouette. The approaching footsteps of a young girl. The columns of cloud in the far sky. The discarded shells of cicadas. Then, in front of me, the crying face of Akiha, who is drenched in blood. Chirp, 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 chirp. Voices which try to pierce my eardrums. Voices of the cicadas. So, is this Higurashi now? Have you ever watched a red Higurashi, Misaki?
No, I've seen lots and lots of pictures, like of the needles and food.
Gah. My chest hurts. I feel sick. My wound has healed a long time ago. Why does it hurt so much? My chest is broken. The old wound opens. Blood flows forth from the opening. What is this? My wound, it hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. This is the impulse called death. My consciousness sinks. My wound hurts. My body collapses to the earth with a large thud. I can hear voices talking. I think that's one of the maids. Yeah.
Are you not going to call for a doctor? Don't be stupid, Hisui. There's no way I could do that, since Nisan's wound isn't normal.
Akiha and Hisui are talking. This is Shiki's room. It looks like I am sleeping in the bed. I plan to say yo and get out of bed, but I can't move at all. My chest doesn't hurt anymore, but my body feels as heavy as lead. All I can move are my eyes and mouth.
So what in the world were you trying to do, Hisui? You know not to let Shiki go near that place. Please, forgive me. This can't be solved by apologizing. You were assigned to serve Nissan to avoid this kind of situation. So what were you doing?
Completely different from her usual manner, Akiha gives full vent to her anger. In comparison, Hisui is accepting the scolding, looking down silently. I'm not sure how this all came about, but I can at least tell that Hisui is being yelled at because of me.
Answer me, Hisui. What were you doing? And where were you all day long?
Hisui doesn't respond. The air grows tenser between them. Biting her lip, Akiha takes a step forward, or a step towards Hisui. Even I couldn't understand that Akiha intends to hit her. Hisui seems to know this as well, but she just stands with her head hung in shame, ready to receive it. Hold on, Akiha.
Nissan, you're awake?
Yeah, you were so loud, I woke up.
Ah.
Akiha looks away uncomfortably. Hisui still keeps looking down, but not even trying to look at me. You know, you shouldn't let it out on Hisui. I don't know the circumstances, but this has to do with me collapsing, right? It's not her fault, I just collapsed on my own. I strained hard and somehow managed to lift the upper half of my body off the bed. But that's all I can manage, and I don't think I can even move an inch more. But since Hisui is depressed, I have to force myself to act as fine as possible. Honestly, getting into a fight over me? Even if you look like an adult, you're still a child.
You completely fainted, Nissan. You were out for more than 10 hours, and nothing like this has happened before. If you never woke up, what would I have done?
Idiot, don't say things like that. Wasn't this just anemia? Huh? It's 10 o'clock already?
Yes, you were unconscious since noon.
She speaks hesitantly. I wasn't worried about me, but my promise to meet with Arcoade in the park at 10 o'clock. Oh no, I have to go. Akiha, I have to go, so I'll leave the rest to you. Don't bully Hisui, okay?
Don't do such stupid things. I won't ask where you go every night, Nissan. I won't ask, so please at least tonight. Take it easy on your body tonight.
I actually remember reading ahead on the flowchart. There's definitely a choice coming up very soon. Haha, I'm okay. This is pretty irregular. When I was in middle school, I used to collapse twice a day. Twice a day, you know that, right, Akiha?
Why I'm worried. Nissan, please listen to what I have to say, at least just for tonight.
She looks at me in the eye with a serious expression. I do as Akiha says. No, I have to push myself to see Arcoade. And I believe one of these will lead to a bad ending. So I'm happy she's so worried about me, but I can't break my promise with Arcoade. Yesterday she waited 3 hours for me. That's not the whole reason, but it's just my usual anemia. I don't want her to keep on waiting. Alright, I'll go to sleep for today. Saying that, I lie down. Really? Oh, that's it.
Really? You're not going to sneak out of the room later?
Hey now, do you think I could sneak out in this shape?
Yes, come to think of it, that is true.
Akiha breathes out and visibly relaxes.
Hisui, tell Kohaku that Nissan is awake. Nissan, what about dinner?
Oh yeah, no, tell Kohaku-san I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just going to go to sleep.
I understand. Then Hisui, tell Kohaku that.
Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room.
Then I will go back to my room. If anything happens, please call for me. No matter what time it is, I'll come right away.
Akiha turns off the lights and leaves the room. Sorry, Akiha. Saying that, I lift myself up. Gah! Just lifting myself up causes my consciousness to swim. This isn't like my normal anemia. I know that, but I can't keep Arcoid waiting forever. Knowing her, even if I left her there, she'll wait forever. I wobble to my desk. I take my knife out of the drawer and put on my jacket. Heh, dang, like this, I really won't be able to sneak out. I have to gather up my strength just a little more until I can at least run comfortably, or Hisui will find me and take me back to my room. Sorry, Arcoid, it looks like I'll be even later than last night. I sit down on the floor. 1 hour. If I rest another hour, I'm sure I can leave. I make it to the park before midnight. In the end, even after waiting an hour, my body still hasn't recovered, so it took me an hour to get there. I pant heavily. As my chest heaves rapidly, I look around me. Night hangs over the park. Near the place we decided to meet, there's a white figure standing. I knew she'd be waiting. I let out a large breath. It seems like Arcoid notices I'm here. She walks straight towards me.
Hey, Shiki. It's already 2 hours past the agreed time. What were?
She cuts off as soon as she sees my face.
Hey, what's wrong, Shiki? Your face is so pale, and I can't even sense life in you. This isn't normal.
Yeah, my anemia acted up again. It happens like that every now and then. Nothing to be surprised about. More importantly, sorry for making you wait for 2 hours.
Eh? No, I really don't mind, but... Shiki, for you to come out in your condition's just weird.
Even though she was really angry earlier, now it seems she's really worried. I made a promise, didn't I? I said I'd help you, so I'm not going to skip out on you.
That makes me happy, but Shiki, you don't seem to understand your body at all.
You don't need to tell me that, Arcoid. I've been carrying this recurring anemia for 8 years now. I'm pretty sure I understand my body.
No. You don't understand how unstable your life is. I sensed it earlier, but now I know clearly. Shiki, you were always standing close to death. I don't know if it's a reaction to your mystic eyes of death perception or not. You are walking on a thin line between life and death. Saying that your anemia this time isn't a big deal because it wasn't a big deal before is a big mistake.
She looks directly into my eyes coldly.
Look, Shiki, your resistance to death by external means is higher than that of most people. That is probably because you've already faced death once before. But on the other hand, you almost have no resistance to death from internal causes. That anemia of yours, it wouldn't be strange if you die from it.
Well, what are you saying? Are you saying I'll get killed by something like a cold?
Miki, I'm trying to warn you seriously. I'm glad you came, but you have to think about your health first. So just go back for now and rest.
She draws me closer to her. She really must be worried about me because she's totally defenseless as we get closer. Before I can pull back, her chest touches mine. Thump. My head is assailed with another different kind of dizziness than usual. All the things I didn't realize before, the softness of her breasts, the whiteness of her skin, her beautiful golden hair, her womanly charm. Arcoid, please get away.
What? You're saying you can't trust the word of a vampire like me?
Why are you saying that all of a sudden, idiot? There's no way I won't trust you.
Liar. Then why can't you look at me?
Could you get away from me because of... Wait, what? Could you get away from me because of a personal issue? I'm a guy, so if you get this close, it's a little troubling. Giving a small voice of surprise, Arkwade steps back. Woo. For the time being, the racking dual dizziness brought about by my anemia and Arkwade subsides. I guess she finally realized her situation, and she looks at me embarrassedly. That idiot. Seeing her do that makes me think she's incredibly cute. This is troubling. I said stop. I mumbled that quietly, not to be heard. Those words are not directed to her, but to me for being excited by her. There really is something wrong. No matter how petty she is, she's a vampire. Pretty she is, she's a vampire. Just what am I thinking for getting something like that? Anyway, I'm not that beat to have you start worrying about me. Besides, if I was attacked like I was last night, I might really die. So I can't take my time doing this.
Shiki, what did you just say?
I said if I was attacked like I was last night, I might really die. He is trying too, so we have to find him as soon as possible. Saying that, I suddenly remember. I forgot. Last night, I was attacked by one of those dead.
Last night? After we parted?
Yeah. It was entirely wrapped in bandages and was waiting for me by the mansion. Arcoade's expression suddenly turned serious.
I can't believe it. How could you forget something so important?
I couldn't help it. I've been through stranger things today.
Oh well. More than that, please tell me in detail what happened, Shiki.
With serious eyes, Arcoade interrogates me on what happened. Let's see. I calm down and describe as clearly as I can what happened last night. But I don't tell her that the bandaged man was seeing the lines of death. Why would you not mention that? I can't prove it, so maybe it might have just been my mistake. Yeah, that's how it was. Finishing my explanation, I read Arcoade's expression. From when I started until now, her eyes remained sharp without any gentleness. So what is it, Arcoade? That bandaged man and that person wearing those robes like some priest. Are they enemies of yours?
Yes. Both of them are enemies. I don't know just who or what that bandaged man is, but that woman wearing those Catholic robes, I have an idea about.
She narrows her eyes as if she was in a bad mood. No, she looks less like she was in a bad mood and more like she's irritated.
I may know the person who helped you, Shiki. Man. If it's really her, she'll probably be able to find the enemy before me.
She bites her lip vexedly. Wait a minute, I didn't say that person was a woman, though.
No, there's no mistake. That woman is the only agent given authority to hunt heretics alone, and who uses black keys that combine the cremation rite and the steel shell effect.
Her irritability is almost like hostility. Even when she spoke about Nero, her voice was never saturated with emotion to this extent. Arcoade, that person who helped me, is she a vampire?
Of course not. She's a member of those who see vampires as their enemy. It doesn't exist in this country, but there is an organization that considers vampires or beastmen as heretics, and goes around killing them. The one who helped you was the most troublesome of that kind, Exorcist.
But, no, that's her.
But that's strange. The burial agency wouldn't have sent an agent this soon.
Arcoade speaks softly to herself. I can't understand what the hell she's talking about. Exorcist? Like a priest or something?
Eh? It's not wrong, but it's not quite right either. Well, it would take a long time to explain, so just know for now that there are those who go around exterminating vampires.
She tells me to just understand, but
More importantly, why did you fight? You said you team up with me, but you never said you fight by yourself.
she glares at me. She seems seriously concerned about my safety.
That's not fair, Shiki. Keeping it a secret, having all that fun by yourself.
Or not. Now, how did you jump to that insane conclusion?
Huh? You weren't trying to hide your monopoly on prey from me?
She says something so absurd with a straight face. Idiot, that's not it at all. Fighting him was just a turn of events. Just a turn of events. I don't plan to fight with the dead or vampires without you.
Oh. Kind of turn of events?
My sense of justice as a normal person or something like that. I kind of regret it now.
Justice?
She tilts her head as if to say, "What's that?" Yeah, I was painfully shown yesterday it is just a justification. Back then, when I realized there was a figure in front of me, there was only fear. That thing, that guy, I knew right away he wasn't normal, but all I could do was tremble. And then I brought out my knife to meet him and began to fight to the death. You can't kill someone using a cheap notion like justice. People kill to preserve their own life. That's the most primitive, simple logic of the beasts. That logic, at that time, if that person resembling Senpai hadn't come, I probably would have executed that action without hesitating. Arcade, that person who came to help me, can you tell me a little more about her?
There's nothing more to tell. She's an inquisitor for the church. What I said earlier, the group that's like a nemesis to all vampires. This burial agency, not so much exorcists as murderers, no, killing machines, are a specialized group reasonable for dealing with heretics. I'm very surprised that their eyes reach even in the Far East.
Arcade crosses her arms while deep in thought. She looks devoid of emotion, entirely different from before. She's serious. She might be thinking more seriously about this than the enemy she's after. Arcade, I don't quite understand, but those exorcists hunt vampires, right? Then aren't you their target too? Ask her that because I'm a little worried.
Eh? Of course not. They're only natural enemies of the dead apostles. We don't fundamentally mess with each other, so there cannot even be a fight.
But if she is... Oh, I'm sorry.
But if she is who I think she is, then she has to be armed with the 7th Holy Scripture. There is a danger of her getting there first.
Getting there first? I can't quite grasp what she's saying. I don't get the details, but it seems like Arcade doesn't appreciate the emergence of this person who resembles Senpai entering the stage. Well...
Is that her? Or Shiki? You can't tell.
Well, I guess it doesn't concern me. Well then, now that we're calmed down, shall we begin? We didn't come here for nothing, so maybe we should fight at least one of the dead.
Please, what are you saying with such a pale face? We get off topic because you said something weird, but didn't they tell you to pay more attention to your body?
Arcade glares at me. I didn't think she was before, but she does seem honestly concerned about me.
Okay. Your body is more unstable than most people's. So if you don't rest at a time like this, you're risking your life. You pass out a lot, not because of anemia, but because your body understands it's in danger. Your body senses the danger before you do, so it stops working to prevent your body from getting any worse.
Yeah, for real?
There's no reason for me to lie, right? Anyway, I warned you. Whether you believe me or not is up to you, Shiki.
Up to me? Well, I don't think there's any reason for you to lie to me. As I speak, I sink deep into thought. I always thought I passed out because my body was weak from anemia, but now she's saying it's because my body is trying to protect me like a safety switch? What is this?
Anyway, we won't go investigating tonight. I don't think the enemy will reappear until his wound is healed. If he appeared by your house without using the dead, that means he doesn't have any left.
She says this all severely. If she says so, I can't argue. In the first place, it's impossible for me to look for vampires by myself. Alright, if you say so, Arcwade, I'll rest for tonight.
Yes, please do. Not only did you get attacked last night, but your body is so weak now. It'll be troublesome if you don't sleep tonight and return to your normal self by tomorrow.
I see. It's true that I can't really help you in this condition. Okay, I'll get myself fixed by tomorrow.
No, that's not it. It's boring talking to you when you're like this, so I just want you to be back to normal. That's all.
She almost seems disappointed. I knew it was useless to try and understand her. I'll be heading back to the mansion. See you tomorrow, Arcoade. Raising a hand, I start my walk back.
Shiki?
Arcoade stops me. What? Is there something else?
Can I escort you home?
She averts her gaze and speaks hesitantly. In her own way, she really is worried about what happened last night. Thinking that, I guess it's not that bad. Oh, before I could say yeah, I suddenly stop. Wait. Aren't you forgetting your vow you made just now, Shiki? No matter how pretty she is, Arcwade is a vampire. I can't forget that. If I relate myself to Arcwade more than necessary, I feel like I'll cross a line that I should never cross. Cut it out. I don't need to be worried by you. Don't do things that don't suit you, stupid.
Yeah.
Just a little. For just an instant, Arcwade looks down, but then raises her head.
Then see you tomorrow.
Waving her hand goodbye energetically, the white-clothed vampire walks off into the darkness of the night. Hmm? 9. DNM. 9th day, October 29th, Friday. In my dream, I'm staring at the moon. I can't remember where I am or why I'm looking at it. Maybe I looked up into the night sky not wanting to see anything, and the moon happened to be there. My back creaks. Coursing through my veins is an image of coldness. Solitary darkness that makes me dizzy. A radiant moon that sickens my heart. Strange. The overwhelming coldness feels more like a sense of nostalgia.
Shiki-sama.
I can hear Hisui's voice mingling with the morning light.
Shiki-sama, it's time. Please wake up.
Her inflectionless voice awakens me. As soon as I wake up, terrible things enter my vision. I get a headache like I was just shot in the head. I almost lose my just awakened consciousness. Before I fade away completely, I quickly grab my glasses.
Shiki-sama? Are you not feeling well?
No, I'm just a little tired from yesterday. I'll be alright, so don't worry. Lightly shaking my head, I clear my head of what I was seeing. Last night, I forced myself to keep my promise to Arcade, so my body isn't back to normal yet. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me up, as always. Sitting up in bed, I do my best to smile naturally.
No, this is my duty. There's no need for you to thank me, Shiki-sama.
Really? But I am grateful. You're infinitely better than an alarm clock. I stand up. It's not yet 7 o'clock. About 10 minutes earlier than I usually get up. Breakfast? I'll be there soon, so please go ahead of me.
Yes, I will wait for you in the sitting room.
Giving a bow, Hisui exits the room. Well then. I'm still feeling a little sluggish, but it's not so bad that I have to skip school. I'm sure after I eat breakfast Kohaku-san prepared, I'll feel a lot better. As usual, Akiha is sitting on the sofa, and Hisui is waiting by the wall.
Good morning, Nissan. Did you sleep well last night?
Akiha greets me calmly as I enter the room. She doesn't know I left last night. Since she was so worried, I feel guilty for sneaking out. Yeah, good morning, Akiha. You're up early today, too.
No, I'm like always... Nissan?
As if reading my mind, she looks directly at me. Is there something on my face, Akiha?
No, that isn't it. Nissan, are you really alright? You still do not look well. So if you're still sick, maybe it is better you just rest today.
Oh, that's it. I relaxed, realizing she did not find out about last night. No, I'm really okay. I'll be better sooner or later, so please don't look so worried.
Okay. If you say so, Nissan, then I will not say anything.
She goes quiet, still looking worried. It's quite rare for you to be convinced this quickly. It's not like you.
Hey, I'm always sensible. I only warn you because you're the one with the problem. So please do not blame me for your imperfections.
She glares at me. Oh, that's more like it. Hey, Hisui, doesn't it not feel like morning unless Akiha gets harsh? Is it because I suddenly called out to her or because she doesn't know what to say? Hisui neither confirms nor denies my statement. See? Look, Akiha. Hisui thinks so too.
Don't be foolish. Hisui doesn't say anything because she is surprised.
Wrinkling her forehead in a frown, Akiha glares again.
Also, I've always wanted to say this, but you rely on Hisui too much. You have been sleeping since yesterday, so it would have been fine if I woke you up earlier. But you always wake up late. Are you slacking off because Hisui does not say anything?
What? You mean it? You make it sound like I'm causing trouble or causing your trouble.
Not like. You are causing your trouble. Hey, don't you think so, Hisui?
Hisui still doesn't say anything and stands there quietly.
See? Hisui says she thinks so too.
No way, she didn't say anything. Hisui is silent, but her silence feels like she's agreeing more with Akiha. Oog. I feel like it's now 2 against 1.
Miki-san, breakfast is ready.
With great timing, Kohaku-san's voice echoes through the room. I'm gonna go eat. I quickly head towards the dining room. I feel the silent pressure of the two behind me drilling into my back. After breakfast, I head back to the sitting room. Akiya isn't there, and Hisui is the only one standing. Huh? Akiya left for school already?
Yes. It is also time for you to go to school as well, Shiki-sama.
It's already 20 after? Guess I should get going soon. To be honest, I still don't feel too good, but I'm sure I'll return to normal soon. Sorry, Hisui, but could you get me a bag, get my bag from my room? I'm going to wash my face.
As you wish.
After getting all my preparations done, I leave the mansion. Holding my bag, Hisui sees me off at the entrance. I'll be going. I'm not sure when I'll be back, but probably by dinner.
Yes. I will be waiting.
She gives a silent bow. There's a trace of uneasiness in her face. Hisui, are you feeling sick?
No. It is not me, but you do not appear well. I am unsure if it is a good idea to let you go.
She speaks hesitantly. I'm alright. I don't feel great, but just a little heavy. Geez, both you and Akiha like to worry a lot.
Is that so? If it is just us, then that'll be fine, but...
Geez, I'll come back early today and rest, so that should be good, right? I won't overdo anything, so don't look like that.
Yes. Forgive me, Shiki-sama.
She still looks very worried. I'm off. I'll be better by the time I get back, so please relax.
Shiki-sama.
I ignore her and leave the mansion. The image of Hisui watching me uneasily remains in my head. I head towards school. My feet are heavy and it feels like I'm in another person's body as I head down the hill. It's probably just the weariness from last night. Even though I thought I would recover right away, the sluggishness doesn't fade. It's 10 minutes until 8. The school gate is flooded with arriving students. By the gate, I see a familiar figure. TL Senpai. It's a completely normal morning scene. But what I saw that time, if it wasn't for that, it would be a normal morning. Not even knowing what I plan on doing, I chase after Senpai. Senpai, I call after her.
Good morning, Tono-kun. It's strange meeting you out here.
Yeah, I saw your figure from behind, so I ran after you, Senpai. There was something I wanted to ask. I sneak a look at her face.
Yes? What is it?
She faces me with her usual gentle smile. Senpai, 2 nights ago, were you near my house? In a black coat and a skirt flowing in the wind?
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, the high-laced boots suited you. I was kind of fascinated. You looked really cool.
Huh?
Senpai tilts her head. She frowns like she doesn't understand my words completely, and then denies it.
I don't quite understand, but you're saying that I was near your house 2 nights ago. Looking like that?
Yeah, Senpai, that was you, right?
No way. Tono-kun, are you saying I look like I really have that much free time?
Senpai is really angry. She can't be playing dumb or lying. No, that's not it, but I just saw someone that looked like you in the park last night, so... Senpai gives a sigh.
Tono-kun, that wasn't me. I don't have that kind of hobby.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to ask. Certainly after having her say that, she is right. Ciel Senpai and the person that night aren't related at all. In the first place, Senpai is just a normal person, and if she was actually there, she had to have seen me fight with that bandage guy with my knife. If she saw such a gruesome scene, there'd be no way she could talk with me normally like this. Sorry, please forget about it. I guess it was just someone else.
That's fine, but did that person really look like me? That weird person?
Well, I'm not too sure. It was dark and far away. Huh? Yeah, it was far, and I couldn't make out her face. So why did I think it looked like Senpai? Maybe there's something wrong with me. Cross my arms and think. Then, 10-minute bell rings. Crap, well, I'll be late. But we'll be late. Bye, Senpai. See you later. I dash into my classroom. It's still 5 minutes before class, so it's very noisy inside. Arihiko isn't here. Knowing him, he'll probably come in around the second period. Lunchtime. Looks like Arihiko's not coming. Inui, Arihiko, and Nomizuka Satsuki are the two people absent today. Nomizuka Satsuki has got a cold or something, and she'll be absent for a while. Senpai doesn't seem to be coming too, so I guess I'll leave by myself. I say that, but I'm not hungry. What is it? I don't feel so good to begin with, but after coming to school, I feel a lot worse. It's not just my body feeling heavy. The scar on my chest is irritating. It's annoying. It's an annoying sensation. Maybe I shouldn't have come to school. For a brief moment, I see the worrying face of Hisui and Akiya in my mind. Maybe the fact that I ignored Akiya's wishes for me to rest last night and instead went to see Arcade might have caused this. Being worn out by just sitting, I start to feel a strange uneasiness. Class has started already. Which class was it? I can't remember today's 5th period lesson. Even though I look at the backboard and stare at the marks left behind by the teacher's chalk, I still don't know what class this is. I can't read it. The letters start to flow like water and mix together like some sort of hallucination. Ugh. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Dizziness. My mind starts to slide away. Click, click. Tremble, tremble. Creak, creak. Wobble, wobble. Those noises stick out. Incompatibility. Where is that inconsistency coming from? I can't settle this feeling of something being out of place throughout my body. It fills me to the brim, as if my bones are sliding out of place in their joints. Yes, since my joints are out of place, it causes the unnatural feeling. My corpse is burning unseen smoke and crumbling away. Click, click, tremble, tremble, creak, creak, wobble, wobble. I fall from my chair. A girl screams. I hear the footsteps of the teacher running to me. Even though I was completely passed out, I calmly watch myself from far away. What follows is like always. Collapsed from my anemia, I was carried to the clinic where I slept until I recovered. Since I had a fever of over 38 degrees Celsius past 7 o'clock, the school's closing time, the nurse called my house for someone to pick me up and went home. And this resulted in...
Keishiki-san? You still have a fever, so please do not hesitate to lean on my shoulder.
Yeah, that's how it is. No, I'm alright. I can at least walk, so please don't worry. Stepping away from Kohaku-san, I attempt to bluff my way out of it. Jeez, it's embarrassing enough for Kohaku-san to come pick me up. The day I lean on her shoulders, too, I'll die.
Oh, that's not good. Forcing yourself like that. It isn't your fault that your body is weak, Shiki-san. So you can ask for help a little. I won't tell Akiha-sama or Hisui-chan, so it's okay to depend on me for now.
With a gentle smile, she takes my hand. Ah, yes, sorry. Blushing furiously, I meekly do as she says. Certainly I might collapse if I continue to be stubborn. Sir?
There's a car waiting outside, so please hold on till then.
Pulling my hand, Kohaku-san starts to walk. This isn't good. Just walking makes me incredibly dizzy. I depend upon Kohaku-san to lead me to the stairwell as I hold onto my consciousness. Huh? Why am I going up to the second floor? Kohaku-san, this isn't the right way. I call out to her. There's no response. No, not only that, I don't feel her hand or even see her. Kohaku-san? Use all of my foggy consciousness to look around me. There's no one in the hallway. Only the moonlight streaming from the window is vivid. It comes suddenly. The sound of my heartbeat and the chill that races up my spine. Thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, 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 tap. In the darkness, the footsteps draw closer. This is similar to the fear I felt from that one time. Kohaku-san. I call her name. Not to call for help, but to tell her to escape. I frantically call her name. Kohaku-san, Kohaku-san, Kohaku-san. Where is she? I don't see her anywhere. The footsteps are near me now. At least, I want Kohaku-san to escape here unharmed. It's useless, Shiki. She's already done. I hear a voice. The darkness in front of me is the bandaged man who tried to kill me that night. Why is it? I feel like I know this person's face. You sure aren't lucky. If I knew it was like this, I wouldn't have waited for you in front of the mansion. Footsteps drew closer. I try to move, but I can only totter along. I guess I push my body too hard every day. It seems like my body, at the very last moment, broke down. This is the end, so I'll tell you. This is my lair now. I hear a stabbing sound. In his hands, a knife. The silver blade pierces directly into my heart. I collapse to the ground. I feel death working its way from my very fingertips. My mind fades away, drop by drop. In that process, with my fading mind, I look up at the sky. I have nowhere else to look, so I just look there. The blue moon is in the night sky. How stupid. I'm about to die, but I am charmed by such an ordinary thing. When is this memory from? In a forest like a black veil. On that terrible night, just like this, I was staring only at the moon. End.
Normal moon, Shiki. The moon's blue usually.
Teach me, CL Sensei.
Hello. The hint corner for the poor lost Tono-kun ended up in a dead end without knowing his left from his right. It's time for Teach Me, CL Sensei. I see. You have come to the 5th period. think there are a lot of Tonokuns who fall into this end. Well, it is your divine punishment. Regret your own unluckiness for associating with such a woman. Why? You're not the one who talks, Ciel. After all, your goal from the beginning was always... Now then. Normally, there would be no chance of salvation, but some of you came here in spite of rejecting that sunny vampire. So even though she's a vampire, I'm picking a fight. So I'll throw out a lifeboat. There are about 3 reasons why you came to this dead end, but to avoid it, you have to reassure your sister sometimes. You have to indulge in a stupid woman's selfishness sometimes. And to find a dirty vampire, try going to a very dirty place. That's about it. Hey, Ciel. I don't get this. Question denied. Or so I'd like to say, but there seems to be many questions on this, so I'll answer it. D and M is... D is for dizzy, is for not healthy, and M is for moon. It has the same initials as Dark Night Moon. It's a small play in words. I see. That's weird. Why that little? Well, this ends the lesson this time. Everyone, please remember to use proper Japanese.
Yeah, so according to the flowchart, there are a couple different paths to get to that bad ending. So yeah, we're going back a ways here now, because that was a long tangent.
Time to be nice to the sister.
Yep. Do as Akiha says. I guess it can't be helped. I'm afraid I'll make her cry if I keep going against her. Alright. I'll go to sleep for today. Saying that, I lie down.
Really? You're not going to sneak out of the room later?
No, I get it. To tell the truth, my body feels incredibly heavy. I don't think I could sneak outside.
Thank goodness.
Akiha breathes out and relaxes visibly.
Hisui, tell Kohaku that Nisan is awake. Nisan, what about dinner?
Oh yeah. No, tell Kohaku-san I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just going to go to sleep.
I understand. Then Hisui, tell Kohaku that.
Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room. Now then, lying in bed, I start to feel sleepy again. Like this, I bet I could fall asleep in less than a minute. But before that, Akiha, there's a place like that in the garden?
Yes. When we were children, we used to play there often.
Oh, for some reason, I don't remember it well. Yeah, I really did forget all about it. And one more thing, it's a weird question, but when we were kids, wasn't there another kid with us?
Huh?
She tilts her head like she doesn't understand what I'm saying. I guess not. There couldn't have been another kid. But if that's true, how strange. That scene I saw in my dream, and that dream I saw in the clearing. If those two are the same, then it doesn't make sense unless there's another kid with that was killed. No, it's nothing. Just talking about a dream.
Is that so? Then, good night, Nisan. Please rest well.
Yeah, I'll do that. As soon as I answer her, I fall asleep as fast as if I had passed out again. Nine, Vermilion Crimson Moon 1. 9th day, October 29th, Friday.
Wow, that's different.
Yep. I was wondering why it was still going to the next day when I knew we were on a bad end route, but I think Fate Stay Night did that a couple times too. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Is the window open? Actually, I guess I can pop a save here. I can hear that soft singing of birds from the garden. A cool breeze blows across my face. I feel the sunlight hitting my eyelids. A quiet, gentle atmosphere. A gentle morning. Morning? I guess I fell asleep last night as Akiha cared for me and slept till now. Lying down, my body feels heavy, but I feel much better than I did yesterday. I decide to open my eyes and sit up, and...
Oh.
Oh, that's her.
The little rascal finally woke up.
I see Arkwood's face right in front of mine. My brain goes blank and stops working due to this unexpected event. My mouth opens and closes, but my voice seems to be missing. Seriously, what's going on? Arkwood is in front of me. This is my room. It's past 9 o'clock in the morning. She's come inside, still wearing her shoes. That's all I know for now. You...
Liar. We promised to meet again yesterday.
She must be in a pretty bad mood, as her red eyes have lost their usual beauty. No, not lost at all. Being this close, her beauty is more vivid than usual. Arkwood glares at me as I lay in bed. Wait, Arkwood. Why are you in my room this morning? I start to shout, but I stop myself. If I shouted now, Hisui would come here and it would all be over. Everything is still chaotic, but my brain can grasp that much. Anyway, move. Just going to someone's room, threatening a sleeping person. Don't you know how awful that is?
What's with that attitude? I came here because you broke our promise. Sleeping while making someone wait. Just what in the world were you planning?
She stares at me ill-temperedly. I calm down. That's right. I really did break my promise to meet Arkwood last night. I finally understand the situation. I understand why Arkwood's angry. I understand, but to do this, to come into someone's room still wearing shoes like that, what does she intend to do? Seeing that the window was open, she probably came in through there. I see, since I broke my promise, I'm at fault here. But sneaking in here is going a little far, you know.
This isn't your house, Shiki.
She gives a quick retort.
You know, I was really angry before. I waited for many hours, and as soon as I realized you weren't coming, I got so incredibly angry. I was thinking I would never let this happen again, and I'd rip your throat out.
She speaks, still looking ill-tempered.
Do you get it, Shiki? That feeling, couldn't resist it. Even though I know I should calm down, the more I thought about it, the angrier I got.
As if she still felt that way, her red eyes seemed to blame me. Yeah, I guess you can't help yourself. Giving thanks to God my neck is still attached. I keep the conversation going.
Isn't it? And I snuck in here. But since you were sleeping, I decided to wait. At least, I wanted to hear your excuse. And since I didn't have anything to do, I watched your sleeping face. Yeah, your sleeping face was very quiet. It was almost scary. Sleeping like you were dead, I started feeling uneasy because I thought that maybe you would never wake up.
I sigh. If you were easy, then you should have woken me. You should have woke me. It's uneasy when you're next to me.
But I thought it would be a waste. I don't know what I look like when I sleep, but I thought it would be real good if I slept like you did. I wondered why you looked so peaceful while I watched you sleep. While I was doing that, my anger disappeared, and then you woke up.
Then you've been here this whole time? From last night until now?
Yeah. People from this house came in a few times, but I hid myself so it was okay. A girl also came to wake you up, but I didn't like her, so I sent her away.
Arcoid laughs brightly. Wait, you sent her away? How?
I wasn't rough. Didn't I tell you before that vampires have mystic eyes of enchantment? I merely used suggestion on her, saying that Shiki has already gone to school, and didn't leave any memory of her meeting me.
No memory? You really are a troublesome person. Well, even if she is troublesome, at least she took care not to be detected. Bring my hands to my head as I sigh. Alright, sorry for yesterday, Arcoid. I don't know if this is making up for it, but I won't break any more promises. Yeah, I promise. I look her right in the eye as I declare this.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, because I now realize your revenge is scary. Still lying down, I raise my hands in surrender. All of a sudden, her bad mood disappears completely. Arcoid gives a satisfied nod and says, alright. Arcoid finally gets away from the bed. Geez, sneaking onto someone's bed like that. Didn't you think about how hard the sheets would be to clean if you left a mess from your shoes? Complaining, I get up from bed. Arcoid stands in the center of the room watching me as I slowly rouse myself from bed. Hey, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm just waiting for you to change. You're not going to go out in those clothes, right?
Well, yeah. No one walks around in pajamas. Wait, Arcoid?
Yeah, I was thinking we'd spend the day together, Shiki. You said you'd make it up for breaking our promise, didn't you?
Arcoid says this casually, as if it was the most natural thing in the world. Today, all day? What are you saying? I have school.
Hey, you even said you were sure. Are you choosing school over me, Shiki?
Sense a choice here?
Yes. It's like Arcwade, gotta pass.
She's got me there. It can't be helped. I go with Arcwade. It can't be helped. I should go to school. Alright, well, according to the flowchart, that's going to school will ultimately lead to the same bad end we just got, so I'm gonna go with her.
Never mind then.
It looks like there's another scene there, but it still results in the same bad end, so... I glance at the clock. It's already past 9. I'll be late even if I went to school now, and to be honest, going with Arcoid is more fun than going to school. Alright, I'll spend the day with you, but if we go into the city during the day, I don't think there'll be any dead around.
I don't care about that. I just wanted to walk around, so even if it is daytime, it doesn't matter.
What, are we making up for last night and going to look for vampires?
Yes, of course we'll look tonight. But to have you help me all day and night would be hard. So during the day, I thought we could relax.
I think that'd be more fun too, but just the two of us walking around, that's like what they call a date in the real world. Maybe you can't say that with a vampire like Arcoid, but I suppose she's telling me to take her out for some fun. For me, I need to get ready mentally and...
What's wrong, Shiki? Your face, it's turning red.
I cover my face with my hands and look away. Certainly, it's been just the two of us many times before. But those were emergency situations, and it was more like a pact of cooperation than anything between a man and a woman. That's why, no matter how pretty I thought she was, I tried not to notice it. But if, without any danger, without any purpose, if the two of us just walk around, I might notice something I never noticed before, and it makes me hesitate.
Shiki? Hey, are you going to school after all?
No way. I said I'd do it, so I will. I don't know what you're thinking, but walking around shouldn't be a problem.
Then it's decided. Then let's go.
She walks towards the window she snuck in earlier. Wait a minute. I'm going to change, so could you just look outside for a while?
What? Did you call me?
Oh, yes. No, just go outside. I'll be there soon.
Okay, I'll wait outside. I've waited this long, so don't make me wait any longer, Shiki.
She jumps out the window with the lightness of a cat. I hear the rustling of trees outside. She didn't jump to the ground, but along the tree branches. With a body like that, it should have been easy getting in here undetected. This isn't the time to be impressed. I too have to sneak out without Hisui noticing. I change into some normal clothes. Cracking open the door slightly, I look around to make sure no one's in the hallway and tiptoe outside. Luckily, no one saw me as I made my way out. Arcade is looking the other way as she mumbles to herself. Thanks for waiting. Come on, let's go, Arcade. If we stick around here, Kohaka-san will find us.
Yeah, we should go.
Completely different from before. Her words seem very empty. What is it? This isn't like you at all. Did something happen again just now?
No, nothing really.
I said the again part strong, but her words are still hollow. It seems like she's planning something. I feel kind of scared. Are you feeling sick because it's daytime? There's no need to force yourself to go out. If it's hard for you, we can stop.
I feel alright now. But seeing this wall reminded me of last night.
About last night, you mean while you waited for me in the park?
Yes.
Arcade nods meekly.
I dashed here with all of my strength and snuck into your room. But it seems strange when I think about it now. Why was I so angry back then? It was just a little promise.
Saying she doesn't get it, Arcade crosses her arms in thought.
Oh, that's right. Maybe you get it, Shiki. You always tell me I'm so stupid, so maybe you can understand?
Hey, if she doesn't understand herself, then how does she expect me to? There's no way I understand, but if I have to respond. Because you're selfish, because you hate me, because you're a vampire. Let me check the full chart here. So there's several choices coming up that don't actually lead to bad ends, but they give points towards her. It's because you hate me, right? Let's see, isn't it because you hate me? I haven't been able to beat you on time, and I've done a lot of horrible things to you. Leaving my feelings about Arcade aside, I calmly analyze the situation.
Is that so? This is the first time I've ever felt emotion towards someone, so I don't really understand it myself.
After being quiet for a few moments, she raises her head.
Shiki? Do you hate me?
And asks me such a question. Me? Arcade stares at me silently. I don't hate you. That's why I'm helping you. For now, that's the honest truth.
I see. Then maybe I feel the same way too.
Arcade gives me an ambiguous nod. I'm not sure if she understands. that cleared up. Let's go, Archway. Do you have anywhere in mind?
I don't know, so I'll let you decide. Just take me wherever.
Safe here. So she told me we're going somewhere, and now it's this. Well, it's not. I'm not sure what kind of place she likes, but I'll take her to a good hangout place. Well then, go for the usual. Take her to a movie theater. She'll probably like somewhere such as a back alley, right? I don't really know, so let's go to the park for now. Sure. Let's take her to the movie theater. For the time being, the movie theater is always a safe bet. As long as the movie you choose is good, it can't be boring. This place is pretty lively, although I don't know what's here. Archway walks right next to me. Was that her line? No. On the way, actually, even now, everyone around us keeps casting glances our way. It doesn't need to be said, but it's probably because Archway really stands out. I'm aware of it a little, but everyone else's reactions make me even more conscious of it, and it's a bit troubling. Archway acts just like she normally does, but since I can't help but be overwhelmed by her femininity, I can't seem to make any meaningful conversation.
Hey, do you hear me, Shiki? I'm asking you where we're going.
Well, most couples here usually go to the movie theater. I point to the movie theater in front of us.
Movie theater? So watching a movie then?
The princess does not seem to be pleased, but after coming this far, I don't think I have a choice. I don't have a choice. It's not like I have any clue what would please a vampire girl in the first place. Because I've gone this far, I just have to prepare myself for it to say boring. Just go in. If you're dissatisfied, we can always split up here.
I'm not really dissatisfied.
Giving a sigh, Archway follows me. She slumps her shoulders as if to say, "You good for nothing guy." I'm going to buy tickets, but what do you want to see? Let's see, there's romance and a romance and a romance. Theater kind of stinks. To be honest, I want to go back too.
One of them's fine. Really, look, they really all look the same.
Yeah, then let's just buy one. I get in the shortest line and buy 2 tickets. Here you go. To show this ticket that when we go in, we'll take half the ticket, but that's how it's supposed to be, so don't get angry.
I know that much. You really think I don't know anything, Shiki?
No, that's not it. I just thought maybe you didn't know much about human society.
Some knowledge about it start away. I know at least about a movie theater.
Giving a small humph, she turns her face away and walks towards the theater. It was a mistake. I knew taking a vampire to a movie theater would be too dull. We exit the theater. We watched a romance. It wasn't exactly boring, but not terribly interesting either. It was a typical French movie. Focused less on breathtaking scenes and concentrated more on creating a calm atmosphere. As we leave the theater, Archway walks with me wordlessly. An uncomfortable silence. Maybe she would have been happier if it was an action flick or a horror movie. Hey, Archway.
Yeah, it was really fun, Cheeky.
What? Fun, Archway?
Man, hearing about it and seeing it were 2 entirely different things. Even though I knew some background information about what a movie theater was, my imagination fell short of reality.
Arkoid gives a happy, heartfelt smile. The darkness... Oh.
The darkness was really nice, and even though the sounds were loud, they weren't noisy. And having you next to me was also fun. But more than that, subject matter was really good. I was surprised they would go so far to make up a story. It's so detailed, my imagination was nothing like that. I was really moved.
Is that so?
Huh? You look like you don't agree. Was it boring?
No, not really boring, just ordinary. Just way more interesting things than that.
No way. That was really good, you know?
Well, I guess movie experts like that kind of movie, but there's a ton of better ones. They're not out right now, but there are epics out there many times better than that. To be blunt, what we just saw was pretty low quality.
I'm surprised.
It's so easy to read your expressions, Arcoid. Not just surprised, but amazed. That Arcoid, she looked so into it, so I thought she looked not into it, so I thought she was going to complain, but now she's like an excited kid. Too bad. If it was earlier, we could have seen a better movie. If I knew you would have liked it, I would have taken you. It's not so she thanks me, but I genuinely do want to make her happy.
Oh, I see. I guess we don't have much luck.
Arcoid slumps her shoulders in disappointment. Yeah, we just keep missing the opportunities. I slump my shoulders in disappointment too. Yeah, really. It really would have been nice to see her happy, smiling face a little longer. It's now past 2, so to ease my hunger, I take us to a fast food restaurant. Safe here?
Nice choice, Kiki.
I don't even know if she eats this kind of food, but after Arcoid stares long and hard at the menu, she ends up ordering the same thing I did. I sit down across from her. After Arcoid looks around quickly, she pops a french fry in her mouth like she's done it before many times. Wow, you seem pretty used to it. I thought maybe it was your first time.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done it. I've known about places like these, but it was only from information sources.
Just information, I see. You watch the news, so I guess you read magazines too.
Quite like that. I need knowledge to fit in with the times, right? So when I wake up, I study the information of that time and then go into action. Well, it's usually over in a few days, so it usually ends up being useless.
She says things that are hard to understand like this from time to time. Why does it end up useless?
Because I go to sleep right away. I don't know how many years later I wake up the next time, so I can't use much of what I remember. After it is over, all I do is sleep. But maybe I've been missing out. I only knew the world through those sources. I knew about how people would gather like this, but I never experienced it.
I see, but isn't knowing just enough? Just now you ordered some food like it was perfectly natural.
Of course. I studied, so I can act that way. But that's all. Experience is far greater than theory. Even if I know about zillions of things, it's useless if I've never done them.
Arcoid sighs. Is that so? I think some people say theory makes up for a lack of experience.
That's something those who only know theory say. I used to think that way until just recently.
Arcoid's expression starts to cloud. For some unknown reason, I don't like seeing her face like that. Is that so? I think there's just those I think there's just those for whom theory can make up for a lack of experience, and those for whom experience trumps theory. There's a lot of people out there in the world, so not everyone is the same.
Wow, you got really deep and serious, Shiki.
Hey now, Arcade-san. You're the one who started being all serious. I was just going along. Don't kill the conversation like that. Since you were telling me all that stuff about yourself.
Yeah, I know. You always listen to me when I want to talk. You always yell at me, but you listen to me when it's serious.
Arcade laughs brightly. That's what she thinks anyway. But I think such a genuine smile suits her best.
I was thinking about what you said earlier. I really am narrow-minded. I can't really see anything else after I make up my mind. Not needing anyone but myself. I'm the only one who is right. I can only think in those terms. That's right. There are a lot of hearts out there, so there's a lot of people that can do easily what I can't.
She somehow seems very gentle as she contemplates.
But even if I contemplate it, my personality won't change. I like this me the best. I believe it is the correct way.
She smiles as she says those courageous words. She then looks around like before and takes a bite of her hamburger. Chomp. Chomp. As if to erase an image of her being a vampire, Arcade chows down on her junk food. How come? It seems impossible to look elegant while eating a hamburger, but Arcade makes it look beautiful.
What? Staring at me like that. Is this not how you eat it?
Arcade hurriedly puts her hamburger back on her tray. She then wipes her mouth with the paper napkin. But even that simple action seems so elegant. No, it's right. It's right, but it's strange. In your case, it doesn't suit you, so don't do it.
Wow.
I don't even know why I say that as I chomp on my hamburger like a hamburger should be eaten.
What do you mean it doesn't suit me?
It's an image problem. That small mouth of yours isn't fit to eat fast food. Fries aren't a problem, so you could have my share. Put my french fries on her tray. I really don't know what I'm doing at all.
I don't want them. I don't feel like eating just those.
After saying that, she brings the hamburger to her mouth once more. She might be worried about my stare as she eats it more normally. Well, I can live with that. But a hamburger-eating vampire? All living things need nutrition to live, so they eat. Before, Arcade declared she doesn't drink blood. So in order to gain that nutrition, does she eat food just like us normal humans? Hey, Arcade.
What, you meanie?
No, I wasn't going to criticize you. I just had a question, if that's okay.
Sure. What is it?
You're a vampire, right? Then I was wondering maybe if food for you was only blood. Her eyes widened. I knew it. It was a rude question. See, even Arcade's facial expression is getting angry. Or not.
Hey, Shiki. Normally, I don't eat food. Certainly, eating like this allows me to move on my own, but it's more of a mental thing. For me to eat, in other words, taking in nutrition, is a different process than the one you have. I do have an appetite, but maybe it's more akin to lust. If I don't eat, I get irritated. Since I don't put much priority on it, version impulses rarely happen.
She easily denies the blood is food theory. Yeah, that's what it is. She really seems to be okay with not drinking blood. I see. That's good. Archway isn't someone that kills humans to feed. It really is a good thing. Jeez. If Archway just said from the beginning, I'm a vampire that doesn't suck human blood, then I would have agreed to help her from the start. Hey, wait a minute. You don't call that a vampire.
You do. Even you can't resist eating for one day, right? For those vampires who are true ancestors like me, the highest class of food, the thing that can satisfy our desires the most is blood. So in order to live and fulfill our desires, we can substitute blood with other things. But when it comes to the dead apostles, vampires that were originally human, it is a different matter. In order to maintain their existence, they need the blood of others.
In other words, the best way to satisfy your hunger is blood? But you said you hated drinking blood. So just like people who don't like certain food, you hate the taste of blood? I take a guess at a satisfactory simplification for the long explanation she gave. However, it seems like I was a little off.
I don't know. I don't know what blood tastes like.
Huh?
I told you I'm not a full vampire. Not knowing the taste of blood. I still don't know that. All I know is to drink human blood is to refuse to recognize them as people.
She looks away, not even trying to look at me.
Hey Shiki, what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence and lifespan as you did? Could you eat them? Could you justify it to yourself by saying no matter how much intelligence they have, they're still food? And then eat them?
No, could I eat them? I don't know. But first off, I'd try and eat other food, things that didn't have intelligence.
See? Just like that. That's why I hate the thought of drinking blood. Well, maybe there are likes and dislikes, as you said too. If I could, I'd like to avoid the sight of blood. But yes, if humans didn't have the same worth, intelligence, or values than I did, then maybe I would drink blood. Isn't providence of nature taking the lives of other things to protect your own?
Right? Arcoade asked me for agreement. But that, even if Arcoade says it, I can only deny it. I don't want to agree to that. Certainly that may be true, but in the first place, humans are like you. So, let's just cut short this... Wait, oh. I'm not sure.
Certainly that may be true, but in the first place, humans are like you. So let's just cut short this conversation. I don't like talking about what ifs.
Oh, okay, that was my line.
Oops.
Yeah.
Really? I like what ifs. Not knowing how things will turn out, yet still having hope at least for that moment.
What if? Then what if she drank blood like other vampires? Would we be talking like this?
What's wrong, Shiki? Your face got all dark all of a sudden. Do you have to go to the bathroom?
Hey, you came up with that when someone is thinking seriously? I sigh. Even though I'm seriously thinking about it, Arkway doesn't seem to think much about drinking blood. Yeah, it doesn't concern me.
Please, just mumbling to yourself like that. Trying to hide something isn't manly, Shiki.
Arkway looks like an angry cat again. I'm not really hiding anything. Besides, you're the one with all the secrets. You're just having fun saying things I can't understand.
Having fun? I'm not trying to do that.
I don't know where her bad mood went, but she suddenly calms down. She looks like she's uneasy with me nailing it on the head. Really? You really were having fun seeing me stumped like earlier? Do you like teasing, or is it secrecy? Well, we are two different kinds of life forms, so I don't care.
That's not it. I was just trying to answer you. It probably looks like I'm hiding a lot of things because you never ask.
So whatever I ask, you'll tell me?
Yes. We are a team after all.
Alright. Then as she wishes, I shall ask questions to clear things up. Let's put a save here. Oh, alright. I'll tell her about last night, then let's hear the details about Arcoid's enemy. Well, I have to question her about her hobbies, history, and her 3 sizes. Alright, okay, hold on a sec. Something important might happen here. Yeah, okay, so picking the first option triggers a flag, but it looks like all that flag does is add an extra scene, and they both end up at the same place anyway. What do you think?
I kind of for the third one just to mess with her.
Alright, yeah, let's... Probably won't ever get a chance to talk with Arcoid in a fast food restaurant in the middle of the day like this again. So I'll ask not about vampires, but something more ordinary. Then I'll ask you, Arcoid, could you tell me a little about your interests, your past, and your 3 sizes?
You want to know about that? You sure ask strange things, Shiki.
It's not strange. I don't know anything about you, so it's natural to want to know about you.
I feel the same way. Perhaps in that case, I don't mind. But interest in the past, I don't have any of those. I've also never measured myself, so I can't tell you my 3 sizes. I never recorded my age or my height like you guys do.
What do you mean? You've never even wondered about yourself?
No, it's not like that. But it wasn't anything I ever had as a priority. All I need is the ability to hunt dead apostles, vampires.
But still, there were things that happened before you came to the city, right? I want to hear about those kinds of things.
Before I came here, that would probably be about 8 years ago then. At the time, I wasn't in this country, but in some other country hunting a vampire. A vampire made its lair in a small French countryside village that became a ghost town.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I just took another look at the, I misread the flow chart. Picking that first option would actually skip a scene, so,
Oh.
okay. Alright,
After 2 days, I found the enemy and dealt with the female dead apostle controlling the town.
as if remembering something horrible, Arcoid closes her eyes and cuts off. 8 years ago? Then up until now, what were you doing, Arcoid?
What was I doing? I just went back to my castle and slept. My duty is to hunt dead apostles. I have no other meaning for existence, so until another dead apostle stands out, there's nothing to do but continue sleeping, right?
What? Continue sleeping? Does she mean literally? No, in the first place. Wait a minute. A castle? You mean that castle? I'd have trouble believing it, but don't tell me your place is like that Cinderella's castle.
Cinderella's castle?
Arcoid tilts her head like she doesn't get it. No, no, it's not really a really appropriate expression. I mean, you're a princess?
Yes, it seems that way. A long time ago, I was told not to cut my hair and voted to act more like royalty.
I'm speechless. Come to think of it, that Nero guy always called her princess. But still, a royal princess? I still glance at Arcoade. She's beautiful enough to take her breath away, but such a rambunctious person, a princess? She's not quite what comes to mind when I think of a princess. Well, at least you're as selfish as a princess. I give a deep sigh.
Hey now, I only said it because you asked, so don't respond like that.
I always did wonder why this was called Tsukihime, because she doesn't strike me as a princess. Her Royal Highness glares at me. Arcoade doesn't seem to think of herself as a princess either, so I think it's just best to forget about this. Still angry, Arcoade resumes eating her hamburger. After she's finished to calm down, we decide to go somewhere else. After eating, we do some window shopping on the main street and end up heading towards my school for some reason. The sun starts to set. Actually, it's because Arcoade suddenly exclaimed, "Let's go to the school you're attending," and I couldn't tell her no. I told you before, but we can't go inside. I skipped school today, after all, and you're an outsider.
I know. I won't cause you any trouble, so just relax.
Arcoade peers at the school from the gate.
Huh?
Arcoade tilts her head. What's wrong? Did something happen? I look at the school grounds from behind her. This time I'm the one tilting my head. There's no sign of anyone on the school grounds. It's not even quite 6 o'clock yet. At this time, there should be a lot of athletic clubs still participating.
Vicky? It seems there's no one here.
I'm not sure why, but there really is no one here. I don't see anyone in the building either.
Shiki, there's no one inside, you know.
Arcoade stares upward at me. Somehow, I'm pretty sure I know what she's trying to say. No way. I refuse her bluntly. But she doesn't listen to me.
If there's no one there, then I can't get in trouble for going in. We came at a great time, didn't we?
I told you I don't want to.
Wow, it's bigger than I thought inside. The school building is also really huge. It seems well suited for its task.
That's strange. Arcoade's voice isn't coming from right near me, but from inside the school grounds.
Shiki, this door won't open, so is it okay if I break it down?
With blurring speed. Arcoade is already right next to a glass door with her arm cocked to break it. Why won't you listen to what people are saying? With all my strength, I dash towards the glass to prevent it from being broken by a big idiot.
You came over.
She gives a smile as if she was enjoying this. Is going to my high school this much fun? There's a lot of other better places I can take you, so let's just get out of here.
I don't think so. The place you always come to, it seems pretty fun.
Arcoade gives a mischievous laugh and smiles devilishly.
Vicky, I want to go inside here. Can you kill the lock on this?
To kill it? You...
Wouldn't it be less messy if I did it?
Then if I... Yeah.
The way you slice something apart doesn't leave any cross-sections that look like the actions of a blade. If someone finds it later on, it'll just look like it fell apart on its own. Come on, come on.
She points to the glass window by the hallway. Sheesh, you're acting like a kid. half lower my glasses. Now then, a window with a line at the crescent lock would be... Crap, there conveniently is one. Taking my knife out of my pocket, I cut down the lock. No, not cut down. More like killing it. All set. Let's go in here. Lifting the glass window, we entered the school building. I knew it. Arkaway declares that she wants me to guide her to my classroom first.
Hey, Shiki. What do you study here?
What? Normal school stuff. History and a lot of deep studies into the culture of my country. And to know about how things work, we study physics and math. And we might go overseas one day, so we study English too.
Taking you into account, I thought you were studying things like the best way to slice on people, or how to use various blades.
She says something pretty funny. Arkawade, you're saying that even though you already know what kind of place this is, right?
Good job.
She starts to clap. It's always hard to understand what she's thinking, but today takes the cake. Dragging me here, just what the heck is she planning?
Shiki?
What is it? Suddenly looking serious like that. You really did have a reason for bringing me here, didn't you?
No, there wasn't any reason. I just wanted to hear about this kind of place.
This kind of place? About school?
Yeah, you spent about half your day here, right? Is there a use for all the knowledge and experiences you gain here? Are you just wasting your time learning things necessary for you?
Huh? Your question is the least understandable so far.
For example, there's some skills you learned here that will never be used. Isn't that a waste?
Well, maybe it is a waste. I learned math, but we only use the simplest of math in our daily lives. I learned about this country's history in English, but I don't know if I'll ever use it.
Oh, so you realize it then. But then, why do you do such pointless things? Your time is so short, you don't have time to waste.
No time to waste? Well, we don't have a specific goal, so we live pointlessly like this until we do.
Can't believe it. Even though you know it's pointless, you make it something you live for. Yeah, I really can't believe it.
Her voice is terribly hushed. I don't know why, of course. Something to live for, huh? That may be true, but are useless things that bad?
Eh?
Isn't it alright to do extra things? Even if I use what I learn only here, it still becomes a reminder of my days here. Some years later, there'll be a time when I'll just think, and I'll remember back and say, yeah, that's how it was back then, and give a bitter smile. So there's meaning in it.
Don't get it. Those memories themselves are pointless. But you're saying there's fun in remembering them, Shiki?
Yeah, that's okay. People are designed not to remember painful things. But in the first place, the lives of humans are full of pointless things. To think of it, isn't life itself pointless? So I don't think about it too deeply. I think it's best just to fool yourself and live like you don't realize there's no meaning to life.
It's pointless that you do it. I really don't get it. I can't do anything pointless. Even now, I haven't done anything that I didn't need to do.
What are you saying? Wasn't this whole day full of pointlessness? Isn't your purpose hunting vampires? Then there's really no need for you to go walking around with me.
That's true. I don't understand that either. I wanted to ask you because you don't seem to do anything but pointless things. But now I'm totally confused.
Hey. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm only a completely pointless person.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I understand what you're trying to say, Shiki. Humans are a collective, so their worth isn't determined by the individual, but by the whole group. Even if an individual is mistaken, if the group is correct, then it is forgiven. But as for us, we are solitary creatures, so we can't allow ourselves to be mistaken. We can't allow our wills to be influenced by anyone else. So, that's why I was always taught never to do extra things.
Quietly, she talks as if she was in a confessional.
But now, I don't know anymore. For just a brief time, really, only 7 days, I started to wonder if I really was right. Because it was so fun. Doing this, living like this. I never thought until now how happy it could make me.
Arcoid?
Maybe I broke down. I've never been awake for this long until now. Maybe I'm already fast asleep, dreaming about all this.
With empty eyes, Arcoid whispers these words. What? I can't speak. Her image flutters like a projected hologram. Broken? What do you mean? You look pretty normal to me.
Yeah, but I'm different on the inside. Happiness and pain, all these extra feelings are becoming greater. I can't ignore things that I used to be able to in the past. So I'm broken, right? And also, I'm not normal. I'm different from you, Shiki. I'm a vampire.
Saying that, she seems to laugh. Really faintly, as if hiding the red of the setting sun. That's strange. It's just weird. The dust classroom. Bathed in the Red Sea, a vulnerable-looking girl. This scene, that's not like you at all. Yeah, it's not like her at all. You're a vampire, so don't look so vulnerable like you were some ordinary girl. Things you can't ignore, having to do pointless things. If it's not causing trouble to anyone, isn't it alright to just let it all go? I said not to think about yourself too seriously. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I don't see a problem. You're not causing trouble to anyone.
Yell at me. Different?
I'm an exception. I have the sin of killing you, so dealing with you is just karma. It's okay because I'm doing it because I want to. So please don't think about the trouble you're causing me. Arcoid's expression clouds over. She makes that kind of face, it's a little troubling. She looks so weak, I want to embrace her. Please, Arcoid, get it straight now. It's true that you're selfish. You don't listen to other people and you're full of problems. But other than that, you're pretty normal. You're not broken, you're just like a normal girl. So smile. If you keep making that expression, it'll make me feel bad.
That's pretty mean. Am I really that selfish?
Urquhart looks at me suddenly as if studying my expression. I'm taken aback a little. It seems this princess didn't realize she was selfish. What are you saying? If you take every bit of selfishness out of you, there'd be nothing left but bones. Just bones. What I'm saying doesn't quite make sense, but it seemed very funny. Because even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined I would see Arcuit embarrassed over herself. Oh, she got mad.
You jerk. I was seriously discussing matters and you act so heartlessly.
Like I said, didn't I say I was nice to everyone but you? So being mean to you now isn't anything new. Stifling my laughter, I looked back at her. The cloud hanging over her head has disappeared, and she has a genuine expression on her face, which is much more like her. But I guess it's better for you to be lively. I'm a little relieved.
Eh? Why are you relieved? Aren't you supposed to be heartless towards me?
Yeah, that's right. I tilt my head questioningly. That's strange. I don't even know why myself. Before, I just didn't want to see her looking depressed, and I wanted to protect her. That's ridiculous. Without a doubt, she is pretty, and I know she's a good person. Also, it isn't boring being with her. But no way can such a ridiculous thing be happening. Get a hold of yourself, Shiki. She's a vampire.
Pretty vague. Are you saying you don't understand yourself?
Be quiet. It's alright if I don't understand myself. I've always been aware of how strange I am from the beginning. That's why my memories are always vague.
Oh, I see. That's why you're always spaced out, Shiki.
Arcoy nods to herself as if deeply understanding the matter. Having her take my excuse so seriously makes me wonder if maybe it really is true. Well then, we can't stay in this classroom forever. We should hurry up and leave before we're found by teachers left in the school. Come on, let's head out. There's nothing else to do here, right?
Yeah, nothing else but... Shiki?
I throw her a questioning glance. She seems to be pondering her words, and then asks me a strange question.
Shiki, do you enjoy things?
Are you sick today or something?
Don't make fun of me. I know a little bit about your body. Even you know it, right? That it isn't strange for you to die at any moment.
What? Thump. The scar on my chest almost feels like it's squirming. You... Oh,
Well, or that you...
yeah. Well, humans die eventually.
But in your case, death will come quicker than for other people.
Her eyes are serious, but everyone has lines of death on them, so there are many places where they can die easily. It's not like I'm the only one who's very close to death.
Answer me. Do you ever have moments where you enjoy yourself even though you have such an unstable hold on life?
You really are stupid. There's no way I can know that. But there's one thing clear to me. I almost died 8 years ago, and for a short while, probably when I was getting surgery at the hospital, I felt like I was in a dark place. Maybe it was a dream. Just at that time, I truly felt like I died, like the place was truly death. I was extremely happy after my miraculous recovery. Then I met Sensei and was able to return to normal life. Never realized it until I died once. But the world is so peaceful and such a fun place to be. They say pleasure can't be found in this life, but I think for humans, just living is good enough. That's why I can continue living like this, even knowing that it's all pointless. That's why someone asks if I'm enjoying life, unless it's something really unforgivable. I can't help but answer that I am. No matter how much despair it is, I'm satisfied with just existing. That's something more certain than the nothingness of death. No one had to teach me that, but I still know that. Just being allowed to be here really is a wonderful thing. It's just, isn't living enjoyable enough? Everything up until now was fun, so I can feel like living. Well, I guess this is how I can answer your question. I can't really say anything too profound. I've only been alive for 17 years. By the way, when you boot this game up, there is a disclaimer that all the characters are 18 to justify those scenes. I think that's only in the English translation patch for distribution purposes, but
Okay, Shiki, okay, for sure.
yep.
Like everyone's 18, huh? Even the little sister, huh?
Yep.
I see. So that is how your heart is. Just doing that is fun enough? That's true. Even though you know it's something extra, you can't give it up because you enjoy it. I was scared of that and asked, but perhaps that might be a good answer.
What, are you still thinking about that from before? That thing from before?
Yes, but for now, the hard feelings have faded. I can't stray off course until this vampire is defeated. Until then, we will fight together.
Right?
Right?
No, she says, smiling. Until this vampire is defeated, huh? That's right. That was the relationship between us. Because today was just so normal, I completely forgot about the most important fundamental fact. Hey, Arcoade. Just without thinking. When this is all over, when we're done defeating this vampire, before we part, can't we do something like this just once more? Those words really come out of my mouth naturally.
Eh? What do you mean?
I'm saying after your task is finished, let's do these pointless things one more time. In the end, we're here together because we agreed to help each other. So I really was wondering what would happen if we were to meet again without any responsibilities, if we just met for no particular reason. That's not true. Just as friends and not thinking about her being a vampire at all. I just thought it would make Arcoid happy if we created some normal memories like that. If you're too busy, then it's okay. I only thought of it just now anyway. But that's really the opposite of how I feel. After her eyes widen in surprise, she nods.
When everything's over, let's come here again, Shiki. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it'll be really, really fun.
In the classroom bathed by the sunset, Arcoid smiles and makes a promise with me. In the end, when we go outside, the sun is already set. It's just past 7:30. I think there might be a choice coming. A little early, but since we don't have anything else to do, we should start searching for the vampire. Well then, shall we begin, Arcoid? I turn around to face Arcoid, who's walking behind me.
What, already? Didn't the sun just set?
Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to start earlier. We've played around long enough today, so we should be serious at night, right? Arcoid, let's stick to our decisions.
Shiki, you're strangely serious. If you're this serious, then why did you break our promise yesterday?
Hey, I couldn't help that. I couldn't even move. I really did intend to go before. Yeah, if Akiha didn't stop me, I probably would have gone ahead to the park in my condition.
I see. Then let's do that.
With a slightly empty expression, Arcoid says something I don't understand. Do what?
You intend to go to the park, right, Shiki? We still have time. So if you couldn't get it done yesterday, then it's okay if we do it now?
She starts to run lightly. She really seems to be serious about going to the park. Hey, wait. Hey, I run away. I run with all my strength so I don't lose sight of her.
See? Even though you were complaining, you still kept up, Shiki.
Archwood laughs. Idiot. If I left you alone, you'd bother someone else. Desperately try to catch my breath after running the whole way.
Knew there would be a lot of people here now. It's a bit unsettling since I can still feel the presence everywhere.
Like I said, why won't you ever listen to what I have to say?
Hmm? I hear your voice all the time.
Oh, then you hear me, but you just ignore me. That's worse.
Don't ignore you. If I answer whenever you scold me, you just call me an idiot, so I stay quiet.
Oh, then maybe I have a problem too? I still try to catch my breath. From my school to this park is roughly 6 kilometers. Even if it was a little jog, going that far is too much for a heart like mine. It's not that she was running all that quickly. Actually, she seemed to be running slowly. But probably because of the effects of my anemia, I don't feel too well.
Okay, Shiki? You don't have to force yourself. Shouldn't you rest on that bench?
I'll do that. Once I'm rested up, we'll go to the city again, Archwade.
Mish. I'm happy you're motivated, but it's still too early. Nero was like that too. But vampires don't move around until it's their time. Since they don't move around until they sense deep night, it's okay to kill a little time here.
If that's how it was, then she could have told me earlier. Sitting on the bench, I stare at the clock aimlessly. It's just past 9 o'clock. People all around have gone away, and the night deepens quickly. For some reason, Arkaway doesn't sit down, but paces back and forth as if she was bored. Time is the only thing which passes by. A quiet night. It's completely different from 2 nights ago, and there isn't a single cloud in the sky. The bright, pure moonlight illuminates the park and Arkawade. Moonlight. If it was as bright as this back then, maybe I could have seen the bandaged man's face. Wait a minute. Ah! I jump up from the bench.
Nikki? What's wrong? Did you see the dead?
Arkawade rushes towards me. No, that's not it. I forgot something really important. It really was careless of me. I was attacked, yet I completely forgot about it until now. Arkawade, I was attacked 2 nights ago by a strange person. Okay, so if we had picked that other option earlier, we would have skipped that whole school scene, I guess.
Oh.
Huh.
It? A strange person? What kind?
Well, that is... I calm down and describe as clearly as I can what happened last night. Yeah, that's how it was. Finishing my explanation, I read Arkawade's expression. From when I started until now, her eyes remained sharp without any gentleness. So what is it, Arkawade? That bandaged man and that person wearing those robes like some priest. Are they enemies of yours? I think this is the same dialogue from earlier.
Enemies. Oh, it's Powley.
Yeah. Let's just skim through this.
Yep, it looks like it.
Yeah. Man, that was a while ago. Weird how to branch this like that.
Yeah, it's the same dialogue.
Yep. Oh, hold on. I think this is new.
Okay.
Where's what they're making there? Yeah, I think this is new.
I think I explained it before, but vampires like the one making his lair in this town turn humans into their minions and expand their territory. At the same time, they try their utmost to conceal their existence. Even though victims appear, they use various magical techniques to make things appear not out of the ordinary. You know why?
Well, it's. Oh, I think.
Well, it's because humans aren't stupid. Even if they find out monsters like that exist where they live, they'd attack them. Even though humans are weak, they do have things like police, so they might be able to do something.
Wait, I've lost track of who's talking. Well, I guess that's true, but police are only law enforcement groups against humans. We don't consider. Oh no, okay. This is Arkwood's line. The first one was Shiki's.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's true, but police are only a law enforcement group against humans. We don't consider them at all. But it is correct to say that vampires hide their presence for the sake of self-preservation. Vicky, there is a natural enemy of the vampires. A group of something like professional killers that now have the power balance in their favor. It's true for other transcendent species, but especially for vampires, it is fatal for them to reveal themselves. Even if a vampire made a secret kingdom in a village somewhere in the mountains away from all civilization, this natural enemy would definitely notice if victims keep increasing. Vampires exploit the humans in secret, for no reason other than self-preservation. The vampires hide their dead victims' bodies, not out of fear of human society finding out, but in fear of these natural enemies discovering them.
Huh? The natural enemy of vampires? Yet another group of monsters they don't know about. For a normal guy like me, I was just want all these unnatural things to stop appearing.
What are you saying? Their natural enemy is without a doubt you humans.
Natural enemies? Us?
Yeah. Starting from a long time ago, humans used many kind of magic, the occult, magical ceremonies to create an organization and started to eliminate primates other than humans. The greatest of these is Christianity, the pride of the Vatican, the exorcists. The Catholic Church always viewed non-humans as impurities, but vampires are considered the most dangerous.
There are many religious groups in the world, but the Catholic Church looks at vampires with more hostility than the rest. Wait, what?
Is that her? I can't tell.
Something's weird with the quotes there. You know, it's... Yeah, I think that's still her.
You know, it's almost an obsession. They're so insane. I don't even want to mess with them.
Arkwood lets out a sigh.
The one who helped you was a member of an elite organization that hunts heretics. This group, the Burial Agency, is part of the church. They use their own strength rather than the law to deal with contradictions to Christianity. These hidden exorcists are more like professional killers.
Priests that go around exterminating vampires, huh? It's so fitting, I'm not really sure what to say. Then aren't they like us? If the Burial Agency is a group whose purpose is to hunt vampires too, can't we search together?
That won't work. For them, it's enough that someone is a vampire. To them, non-human primates are just evil. It doesn't matter if they suck blood or not. The exorcist may have even just come here to steal me rather than fight the vampire who lives in the city.
Sounding irritated, Archwade starts to pace back and forth again. Things have gotten quite complicated. Archwade's enemy is sought after by both a vampire and a group that hunts vampires. What is this? Doesn't that mean she's all by herself? Thinking aloud, I watch Archwade as she paces back and forth. Under the white moonlight, Archwade appears to be dancing a solitary waltz. The hand of the clock ticks by. It's been 2 hours since we came here. Actually, you have to go soon, right? Maybe we should call it here.
Okay.
Alright, so, yep. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will be back on tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. See you then.
See ya.